Hey, welcome to Route 66. We're on day number 199. Can you believe you've been reading the Bible for 199 days? Now, some of you may have got a little bit behind and you've missed a few days, and that's okay. But 199 days reading the Bible, regardless, is a lot. You're way past halfway mark in the best-selling book in the world and the most popular book in the world, the only book that God wrote. So congratulations for being this far. Tomorrow is big day 200, and we're in the book of Proverbs, and we've got 3 chapters today, which a lot of these are going to be 3 chapter days in Proverbs. So Proverbs 17 through 19, this is what you've got going here today. Proverbs chapter 17, we've been talking a lot about wisdom. How do you know if somebody is a wise person? How do you know that? Well, this passage kind of see this. They have a life of peace. They have a life of restraint. They don't do everything they want or could or whatever. They're able to control themselves, and they are loyal. Those are 3 qualities, 3 signs of wisdom: peace, restraint, loyalty. Where the opposite, foolishness, strife, and trouble. That's kind of the earmark. That doesn't mean that somebody that's living an unrighteous list doesn't have some peace or doesn't say no to things. And the opposite is sometimes people that live a wise life, sometimes there is some strife, but a consistent life that way. It's amazing how when you live a life in submission to God and reverence to God and listening to his wisdom, he gives you a life of peace, restraint, and loyalty. Proverbs chapter 18 talks about the tongue, the power of the tongue, what we say. It's amazing. Be careful of what you say. Remember the little song, "Be careful, little tongue, what you say," that the kids sing? It's true of adults as well. Humility when you speak, listening when you hear. Those are all traits of the wise. Proverbs 18. Proverbs 19 continues some of the same vein that we hear over and over again. Discipline, generosity, trusting God. Those are all areas that wisdom helps us become. You see, sometimes the problem is we look at what the effects of wisdom, the impact that wise living does, and it's not always, success. Isn't always great things. It's just simple things. We're giving things away. We're trusting in God. We're living a disciplined life. Laziness and foolishness leads to ruin. And God is encouraging us through this book of Proverbs to listen to him, gain his wisdom so that we can make right choices, so we can be blessed, and so he can bless us. So, what are some lessons? Well, one lesson that's repeated throughout the Proverbs: what you say reveals who you are. What you say reveals who you are, and they carry a lot of weight. Your heart eventually comes out your mouth, and then it goes to somebody else, and that either picks them up and gives them life and encourages them, or it tears them down. Be careful about your mouth, but realize this: it comes from your heart. That's what God wants to do, is fix your heart. A second lesson: peace and patience are marks of maturity. Having peace and being a peacemaker and patience with other people, that is a mark of real spiritual maturity. And then another lesson that we can learn: it's better to be poor and honest than wealthy and foolish. I mean, who doesn't want more money? Who doesn't want nicer things? But I'll tell you what, I'd rather have very, very little in this world's goods, but be rich in God and have his peace and have good friends. And so there's some things that money can't buy, and peace with God is one of those. So it's better to be poor and honest than it is to be rich and wealthy and yet not have God in your life and ruling your life. I hope God is leading your life and you're living in a